Drink it or dump it.
All right, so here we are at Olympic Tavern.
Welcome.
Zach, Doug, welcome. Oh, we're toasting with, look at this,
A fresh beer.
a fresh beer.
Fresh beer.
This is not a dump it. This is a drink it.
This is a drink it. So what's going on here? This is a new start to.
This is a new beer from our buddy at Seipp Brewing.
Sights.
I know a character who's associated with that company. Since we can't get any generator anymore, this is a good substitute for the time being.
There you go.
What's going on at Seipp's?
Yeah, tell us about Seipp.
Sipes is an old historic Chicago brewery founded in 1854 by Seipp. And it closed in 1930 with,
Johnny Seipp?
yes, Conrad Seipp. Conrad Seipp. When you don't remember the name, you just skip it. And now I remember. Conrad Seipp started the brewery 1854. Closed in 1930 because of Prohibition, which is funny because Prohibition started in 1920. So somehow they made it almost to the end of Prohibition and then closed, unfortunately. They were at one time one of the largest breweries in the country, producing somewhere around 300,000 or more barrels a year.
Wow.
Located in Chicago on the lake at 27th and Cottage Grove. So in 2020, the great-great-great-granddaughter of Conrad, Lauren Mack, decided she wanted to continue the family heritage and came to Metropolitan Brewing, which was my brewery at the time. And we helped her to redevelop the recipes and start brewing Seips again, starting with Seipp Extra Pale.
Okay.
And then I think our second beer was Columbia Bock, which is a winter seasonal, nice and rich, a little more alcoholic, 6%, and nice toasty, malty characteristics.
So I'm curious when you're developing recipes, because in the kitchen, when you're working with a recipe, it's easy to just take some ingredients, put them together, taste it, and then adjust. How are you doing that on a large scale with beer? Are you brewing smaller pilots with these recipes and then scaling it?
Sometimes it's done that way. We did have a 20-gallon pilot brew system, and when we developed Seip's Extra Pale, which is a classic American Pilsner, we did brew a few test batches to see if we were headed in the right direction. It's kind of difficult because what comes off of a small system like that is not what you'll get off of the large 30-barrel system or bigger. But it tells you know if you're headed in the right direction. With the Bock, I was very confident in my putting this recipe together, so I don't think we even did a test batch. We just dove right in. And that's some confidence you gain from years of experience. I spent, I don't know, 15 years or more as a home brewer before I got into professional brewing, and then another 10 years professional brewing before we brewed Columbia Bock.
The Bock is fantastic.
Yes, this is good, but I will probably trend towards the beer that's not old enough to smoke cigarettes.
What's next for you up at Seipp?
Their 5th anniversary. It's been 5 years already. She is going to have, it's unknown where yet, a 5th anniversary party where we may be tapping something from that's been aged in a barrel. We'll see. Other than that, there may be an Oktoberfest next fall.
Hey, to all the Metro crew, wherever you guys out there in the world, I miss y'all. You guys have been
Likewise.
good friends
Cheers.
of mine for 10, 15 years. Metro was on tap here for 10 something, 12 years, I don't know.
And we appreciated that.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
And like I said, never the #1 selling beer, but it was always a story to tell and talk about to the customer and say, hey, these are our buddies out of Chicago. They're making lagers. They're making something different than anybody else. So, hey, shout out to anyone who's doing something different and paving the way.
And now if I were to start a new brewery, I think I would just do hazy IPAs because those aren't cool anymore and everybody else is making lagers.
It's full circle, dude. In the meantime, in between time, my goal is to say, well, let's just make this the good craft beer and food destination out in our region. So Northwestern Illinois, I mean, that's kind of been my goal, is just to make us like the premier pub.
And
So
it is.
part of our job is having fun, right? It's
Oh, yeah.
inviting people to the party every day.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal, right? With restaurants, bars, breweries, pubs, anywhere, your goal is to get those people to use your place as like their second home, right?
Absolutely.
The beer and the food, they're going to happen. You know, you can do those at this level, you can do those at this level. Those things are going to happen. I think the important part is the people that either you have working there and that you have,
Yep.
you know, coming in. So you curate your crowd, you curate your employees, and you just try and show people a good time, and you have fun with the beer and stuff.
Amen.
You know, so if it's not fun, you should hang it up. I always tell people,
Very
isn't
true.
it? The day you don't have fun doing this, you know,
Not
just
worth
hang
it.
it up. I
You
think
know?
that's part of the fun of running a bar and restaurant, is that it is a little controlled chaos.
Yeah, always. Well, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Amigos.